You said you got unlimited fucking funds, bruv. Yeah? You said you can do everything. You got all the money. So why is it, Turkey, that you're giving me the fight and putting fights together where people are not wanting to watch? Who the fuck asked you, Turkey, to go put Tyson Fury there versus Nagano? Who the fuck asked you, Turkey, to put Deontay Wilder against another fight and Anthony Joshua against somebody else on the same card? Why the fuck you didn't give us the fight that we want? Why you can't give us Benavidez versus Canelo? You are multi-trillionaire, right? Why the fuck, Turkey, that you giving me Devin Haney versus fucking Mr. fucking Jose Ramirez and fucking Ryan Garcia versus Rolly? Nah, you're supposed to give me Devin Haney versus Ryan straight away. So why the fuck should I become a big believer of you like everybody else when really and truly, Turkey, you're doing the same thing what others are doing, but then you're saying you're the best, that you can do everything. You got all the money. Now you keep thinking about chocolate thunder, bruv. Stay in the fucking sand, hold his fucking hand, and you better watch out like a nun before you put it in his bum. That's how I'm going to treat you. Because, Turkey, you ain't coming with nothing that I thought that you were going to be the superior man, taking over the sport. I'm not saying you ain't got the money. We know you got money coming out your trees. Yeah? We know money's coming out your ass. But you couldn't give me any of those fights. I gave you 7 fights that the world is asking for, and you didn't do it. So why should I be a follower and a big believer of you?
First and foremost, who the fuck you think you're and you could talk to royalty like that?
I'm Rat Montana.
Who the hell do you think you are talking to royalty? I'm the excellency, right? But I will answer your stupid question. Do you understand me? The reason why I could put Fury, the Gypsy Queen, drag queen, versus Francis Ngannou. The reason why I could put Anthony Joshua, the Tan Terminator, versus Francis Ngannou. The reason I could pull the running man Devin Haney versus shot Jose Ramirez, the drunk Ryan Garcia versus Rolly the retard. Because I could do it. Because I'm the Turk. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. Do you understand that? That's the reason. I don't give 2 shits what you or anybody else think. Boxing is my little toy. It's my little playground. I don't care. I do what I want to see. I do what I want to do. I bring my dream into fruition. That's the reason you're going to get Bud Crawford and Canelo and not David Benavidez and Canelo, because I want to see my chocolate thunder. And I want you to see my dream to come to fruition. Put it on Netflix, all right? Because I'm the Turk. I own Oscar de la Hoya. I own Eddie Hearn. I own Baba Rim. I own Dana White. I own wrestling. I own everything. This is my little toy, all right? Everybody got their hobby. Do you understand that?
Look, Turkey, I want to be honest with you.
Have me wind up.
I'll be honest with you, Turkey. You ever come to walk on the streets of London, bruv, we'll rob you blind. We take your slippers off. I'll take your fucking hoodie off. And I'll give you 2 slaps across your head, mate. I don't give a fuck about nobody. This is Rat Montana. Rat Montana don't give a fuck about anyone, bruv. Yeah? So, Turkey, watch your mouth. I don't care about your money, bruv. I'm the fan. I'm the man that you listen to. We are all the fans. Every fan over here is your consumer. We are the ones buying boxing. We've been in the sport way before you been here, Turkey. Yeah? We've been in this motherfucking sport way before you been here. You ain't no hardcore. You just want to take Terence Crawford's fucking pants off. Shut the fuck up, bro.
So what?
Stop playing games. And you're a sensitive. Now, let me finish. Let me cook. You're very sensitive, Turkey. You're a very sensitive man. Yeah? If anybody speaks about you, oh, we don't like you, you want to bar them from the sport. You acting like a fucking pick and choose. Well, Ryan Garcia said you a bunch of rapists. So why didn't you bar him? But you want to ban fucking Teofimo. Shakur Stevenson said that you fly on fucking flying carpets. But you didn't ban him, bro. Don't play with Rat Montana, Turkey. I got all the receipts. Now, I like what you're bringing to the sport. I like all the money that you're bringing to the sport. But you ain't playing with Rat Montana.
Do not start with your backhand compliments after you came over here and disrespected the excellency, all right? The Turk, the one that's saving the sport of boxing. But let me answer your stupid question once again, all right? Whatever I do in my bedroom with Chocolate Thunder, it is my business, all right? If we want to violate the ladies, it's my business, all right? We can do it. So don't get mad because you're not in the position of Chocolate Thunder. Don't get mad because I'm not holding your fucking hands around London, all right? You're just jealous, Mr. Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, that I'm not holding your hands. But if you was in my face right now, I would hold it, I would take you, turn you around, rip you around to the pieces. Do you understand that, all right? That's the way that I roll. All right, now let's talk boxing now. And again, you're talking about that you're the consumer? Motherfucker, you don't pay for pay-per-views. You rub everything, all right? You're no consumer.
Man, who the fuck are you talking about, bro? Wait, let me stop you here. Let me stop you there, Turkey. Go fucking complain. No, Turkey, you gotta let me talk. I see you're not letting me talk.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me live. Let me finish like I let you finish.
Yo, Turkey's a cunt. Turkey's a cunt.
You're just jealous you don't have a flying carpet, all right? As a matter of fact, I took that flying carpet from the man in the UK named Prince Nassim. I took his flying carpet. Now I'm flying in it. And that's why you're mad, London boy. Now, I said, you're talking about consumer? You're idiots. You rob everything. You don't bring no money into the sport of boxing. That's why these fucking promoters nobody wants to work with them. No networks, because you're a bunch of thieves. You stream East. You thief out of boxing. That's what you do. You don't pay for pay-per-view. You're bats. You're a rap star. You stream Easter. You illegally stream it. All right? But I do you a favor. Stream Netflix, bitch. Go ahead and finish.
All right, Turkey, listen. You're speaking to the wrong people. The people in England don't give a fuck about the pay-per-views. They don't cost much. They're like a bag of fish and chips. The people that you need to complain about is the people in America. Those are the PBC. The people that hate PBC, they don't want to pay for the fucking sport, is the Americans. You got it wrong, bro. The Americans have devalued their own sport. And you know, Turkey, that's the truth. That's why today you lost ESPN Plus. You've lost HBO. Showtime got no interest because the American ain't the paying consumer anymore for the sport of boxing. The American has been spoiled for choice. They got NBA, NFL. They got many sports in America that they're in line to. So, yeah, the Americans have spoiled the pay-per-view market, and that's why they hate Al Heyman. And that's why they say Al Heyman is a fucking poison. Yeah, Al Heyman is a bitch, they say. He killed the sport, Turkey. He was all about the fighters. He was never about the fans. You understand? And we think now that you have come along, Turki Alalshikh, to show us that you're all about the fans. So that's why, if you are doing cards similar to Al Heyman, or if worse than Al Heyman, what does that make you a better? How does that make you 10 times better? Why are you better than Al Heyman? Explain that to me.
All right, you're packing a lot of questions, and I will go one by one. First and foremost, I do agree with you that these Americans are.
You know, the Americans fucked it up, though. You know.
I agree with you. I agree with you, my little rap star boxing knowledge. All right, I agree with you. These Americans are cheapskates. All right, they rob everything. All right, even if it's free, they would rob it. All right, I put the last crescendo. 45K pay-per-view buys, garbage. I have Bud Crawford, my Chocolate Thunder, versus Madrimov. I gave him the best rapper in Eminem, and I lost $10 million because these fucking Americans are cheap, do not pay. All right, you have a point. Because when I do a show out there in the UK with Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben, what a beautiful, beautiful event. Great support. When I have the agents of the world, good support. When I have these Americans, they're cheap motherfuckers, right? But anyway.
Now, on a real though,
what?
I appreciate what Turki Alalshikh has done for boxing. I do. Because he's bringing a new energy and a new light to the sport. He has. The back and forth, I'm just doing that for the show. Yeah, there's a few things I do agree with what I've just said. I think I'm being a bit harsh on Turki Alalshikh. He is a great in the sport.
I
We
think you're
needed a
being very
new.
hard on
Let
me.
me just say this. I want to get punched back for the real truth. But where is he getting? Well, I gave you 7 fights he never made. Yeah, that everybody in the world have wanted those fights, right? But he tweaked it the way that he put the big cards together. He has put some good cards together, and he tweaked some of the other events with Devin Haney, Jose Ramirez. Nobody asked for those, but he put them on the same card to get it looking like, yeah, this is the biggest.
I'd have to
What I'm
admit,
saying is, with Al Heyman PBC, they gave big cards in the beginning. They didn't charge you in the beginning in America. I checked. They gave it to you free. When they started charging you, because the climax changed in America, when you guys came through the pandemic, Al Heyman had to change the model to survive for the fighters. You understand?
Yeah,
he had to put it pay-per-view because, first of all, the fighters weren't going to fight for less than that kind of money.
That's true.
So, therefore, the pandemic had killed the sport for 2 years. It took everyone to come back. And Al Heyman knew he couldn't get the public into the arena like he wanted. So therefore, he had to change the model to survive the game. What it is, though, what I'm saying is Turki Alalshikh, okay, I see he's big. I appreciate it. But he didn't give me the fights that I really wanted.
And it's true. That's my mistakes, all right? We all make mistakes in life, all right? I told you I wanted my dream to come to fruition. I wanted to do this Times Square. It didn't plan out to be the way that I wanted. Trapstar, I want to tell you this. These fucking fighters are taking advantage of my money. They're taking advantage of me. And I understand that's the mistake that I did. I should have put Ryan Garcia, his drunk self, and the running man, Devin Haney, and put him I wanted to build their fight. I wanted to build the interest in America, but these Americans don't give a fuck. And their fighters, if I give them too much money up front, they would not fight because they're waiting for the next big bag. That's my responsibility. That is my fault, right? But there's some good fights I wanted to make, but their fighters are acting like stupid bitches, all right? I did wanted to put Shakur Stevenson versus Kid Austin, and he left. You saw that. I did want to bring it. I did want to bring Teofimo Lopez versus Boots Ennis, but Puss in Boots did not want to fight. I tried it. And then I tried to make Devin Haney versus Teo, and then Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight. I tried, Rapstar. I tried to give Boots and Virgil Ortiz, but Puss in Boots ducked it again. I tried, Rapstar.
You did.
Remember, the WBC did not want to put Belvor and Beterbiev because they were discriminated against Russian. I came to the table. I said, Mauricio Suleiman, you fat bitch. Let's put it together. Stop discriminating the Russians. It's not the Russians fighters' fault that the Ukraine and the Russians are going to war. Stop their mess. But the sport is a place that they take politics away from everything and bring everybody together. And that's what I did. Did I give you Belvor and Beterbiev? I gave it to you. I gave you the undisputed in almost a quarter of a century. I bring the heavyweight undisputed. I did that. So give me the credit that I deserve as well. We all make mistakes, all right? But I'm learning. My friend.
Look, man.
Look at this. Al Heyman, he may be good for some people. He may be an asshole for some. But it's only one man that's willing to compete versus the Turk. I'd have to give him credit for his testicular fortitude to compete with me because I have all the promoters in my pocket. I don't have him in my pocket yet. He's very feisty. So I have to give him credit that he's the only one willing to compete with me. Do you understand that? And everybody needs a little competition. Do you agree?